Hello and welcome to the third episode of Helpful Dollar. Today we're going to be talking about dollar management, how to build a system for your money. Now I know what you're thinking, Antonio, who cares? I care. And all the cool people and companies in the world have a system, and I deserve one too. Disney has a system called Monopoly. You know, the friendship-ending game where you take everything from everyone without any regard for feelings. Jennifer Lopez has a system making bajillions of dollars through acting, singing, dancing, fashion designing, producing, and businesswomaning, while literally being the symbol of never aging. What does she use to moisturize? Even Batman has a system. What I call being a millionaire playboy by day and crime-fighting bat by night a system? Yeah, but I would 0 out of 10 recommend it. What's the point? The point is that by building a system, you can achieve more because you become more efficient in addressing all the life things. Sure, there may be hiccups along the way, like that one time Bane, one of Batman's enemies, broke Batman's back. Ouch. But through persistence and smart adjustments, you can find your rhythm again. So here's the agenda. We're going to start by checking out your liabilities, setting your offense and defense, then move on to wasting less money, finish up with making more money. So let's jump into checking out your liabilities. No, I don't mean looking them up and down like you're determining if you're going to make a move at the bar. Weird. I'm talking about seeing if a liability, which is owing a company or person money, is worth keeping around or if it needs to be terminated. What do you mean, Antonio? I mean if we need to address whether you have some good debt or bad debt. Good debt is debt that can increase your net worth, assets minus liabilities. An example of this could be your home loan. You may hear both that getting a home loan is good and bad, but here's the bottom line. Number one, if you rent, you get back 0 of your dollars spent, whether you live there for 10 months or 10 years, except maybe the deposit. Woo! Number two, homes build equity, which is ownership, meaning when you go to sell, you actually get money back, which is pretty freaking sweet. And number three, homes historically appreciate, which means increase in value, 3 to 5% per year, meaning you could make money. Now that's spicy. Bad debt is buying an asset that depreciates, decreases in value, over time. Examples could include a car loan or student loans. Student loans, while providing the ability to get a job, don't help your net worth, so pay them off ASAP. Car values decrease over time, so same deal. Just get rid of them as fast as you can. By understanding good debt and bad debt, you can find out who your true debt friends are and block your bad debt friends on social media. Nothing personal, bad debt. You're just more toxic than Lindsay Lohan in a coal mine. Your helpful dollar tip. Look at all your debt and mark it as good debt or bad debt so you can start to build a plan moving forward. Number two, setting up your offense and defense. After figuring out which debt is getting more net worth assist points than Magic Johnson and which debt is blowing your net worth to smithereens, it's time to contribute to the dollar offense, building assets, and the dollar defense, protecting assets. Now, because the in-depth overview of dollar offense and dollar defense will be covered in the next 2 videos, I'll cover a scenario of how you could build a dollar offense and dollar defense starting now. Morty Smith, an insecure and utterly incompetent lab assistant, oh geez, Rick, makes 100,000 schmeckles a year, worth $10 on Earth, but don't tell him I said that. Oh, what a loser. After paying down a little more on his student loans and taking care of his mortgage, wow, Morty, you responsible kid, you. Morty is ready to work on his dollar offense and defense. Morty starts by investing 15% of his schmeckles into retirement. That's $15,000. This is one of Morty's only smart decisions. Geez, Morty, considering the rule of thumb that recommends 10 to 15% of your livable income is a great place to start for retirement investing. Then Morty spends another 15% of his schmeckles in peer-to-peer lending, which is lending to a business online. So Morty can gain interest off funding the new Columbus X. Sick. Since Morty doesn't have an emergency savings, because Rick says that emergency savings are for scared little sissies who get all romantic about government-backed securities, He starts by putting 10% of his schmeckles in a savings account, though he will need 3 to 6 months of livable income to be in a good spot. You'll notice that retirement accounts and peer-to-peer lending are a dollar offense move, building assets, while building an emergency savings with a dollar defense move, protecting assets. Now, I'm no horse doctor, but I'm getting the sense that Morty is not as dumb as Grandpa Rick makes him seem. Why are you so mean, Grandpa Rick? Number 3, wasting less money. Okay, yeah, spend less money and all that boring stuff, but there's so much more than that. If you watch prior videos, you know that the consumeristic mindset is what drives us to spend all the monies and then think, damn, Baby Yoda, where did all the monies go? So listen up, because you're about to get learned. Let's start with distinguishing fixed expenses versus variable expenses. Fixed expenses are set expenses you incur every month regardless of what you do. Things like your Spotify subscription, which, quick side note, Spotify is a little racist because I've never added a Spanish song, yet my Discover Weekly only recommends Latin music. Is the last name Del Pozo a sick joke to you, AI? Huh? Whereas variable expenses change every month, like the budget you should have for coffee. Yeah, just coffee. To start cutting down fixed expenses, ask yourself, should I be living in this penthouse or is it time for me to downgrade? Can I cut down on some subscription services? Is it time to let Cosmopolitan magazine go? Can I bear it? To control these variable expenses that are wilder than Cotton Jack Sparrow, ask yourself, how much should I budget for rum versus buying it every time the rum's gone? What is a reasonable amount I should spend on Lyft when I appear to have lost the black pearl, cough cough, or your car? By asking these hard questions, you begin to find more dollars in places you thought were a sunk cost. Get it? Because of the pirate ship. Dad jokes are fun. Fake laughs are funnier. Helpful dollar tip. Identify 3 of your biggest fixed expenses, 3 of your biggest variable expenses, and ask yourself, can I reasonably cut down on spending here? Number 4, making more money. If you haven't already thrown a fit in your boss's office to ask for a raise like a man-child or woman-child, you're in luck. You have more dignity-saving options. Yes! First thing I'm going to recommend is reevaluating your career and company. I know what you're thinking. Antonio, you went from 0 to 1,000 real quick, so I'm going to need you to make like Frozone and chill out. Well, passionate viewer, it may be hard to believe, but I care about you. Gosh, I sound like your parent. And if where you're at is A, not a career that is getting you to your goals, hopes, and dreams, and or B, not a company that is getting you to your goals, hopes, and yeah, dreams, it may be time to skedaddle. We as humans get used to routine, which can be both beneficial and detrimental to our well-being. So if you can move to a company or career that brings you joy, whether it pays more or less money, just do. Nope, that's getting a little overused. Yeah, no, I got it. Okay, great. Notice how I'm not recommending just picking what pays more, but if that's a benefit that you find while loving what you do, then awesome sauce. What if you can't do a switcherooski to the old jabberoonie that pays you Bezos money? Well, then we need to use the most powerful tool in the world, the infinity passive income. Passive income is this: the ability to make money while you sleep. I mentioned this before, which to clarify could be slightly different than a side hustle, which may require you to actively work, like mowing lawns, in order to save money, but they can be one and the same. Popular examples of passive income are affiliate marketing, making money off of advertisers who want to market on your super awesome blog, website, or YouTube channel. Renting out a room through Airbnb or an entire rental property, which is a process we can talk more about later. Selling products online, from an ebook to sweet clothing hangers produced in China. Yeah! There's plenty of things to sell. And peer-to-peer lending, which as mentioned before is lending to a business that needs your monies to not go out of business and die. Those are not even close to all the options you have, but building passive income could mean doing what you love while not having to sacrifice an income level that makes you happy. Like having your job as say a teacher, and also being able to make passive income for something that, is livable for you. Your helpful dollar tip: research one way you could feasibly make passive income. Okay, that's a lot of things I've asked you to evaluate, but building a big, beautiful system for your dollars is where we learn not to just survive, but thrive. I was sneakier than Sylvester trying to catch a putty cat. Tweety bud, my bad. But the 4 steps: checking out your liabilities, setting up your offense and defense, wasting less money, and making more of it, are the net worth and net income equation backwards. What? I know, crazy. Checking out your liabilities is, well, cutting down on liabilities. Setting up your offense and defense is building and protecting your assets. Wasting less money means cutting down expenses. And making more money is building up revenue. So you've been duped. Building a dollar management strategy is more than just the practices I mentioned. It's a mindset. You need to determine if adjusting the way you spend your dollars is worth all this work that I'm talking about. As someone who's finding ways to improve on this every day himself, which takes some work, but I gotta tell you, man, it's worth it. Make small steps towards changing your habits, and suddenly you give yourself the power to find financial wellness. And remember, you're not alone. I'm rooting for you. Look for a link in the description below for more ways to build passive income, a topic that we'll probably cover more in the future. If you laughed, slightly smirked, or just cringed during the video, hit the like button as hard as humanly possible without breaking your mouse, trackpad, or finger. Comment on suggested topics after I cover the dollar offense and dollar defense, because it's open season, baby, and I want to hear what you want to hear. And subscribe for more tomfoolery and bad jokes you definitely didn't ask for. Last but not least, don't forget to tell a random person on the street, everyone needs helpful dollars, and then run away like it's a ding-dong ditch.